today the lovely guest is Gabrielle from RosyWhale. We're going to talk with them, learn a bit more about RosyWhale. I know I always have a lot to learn from these, so I'm excited to chat with Gabrielle today. And then after the AMA section, Gabrielle will head out. Obviously, busy day, busy person, of course. And then I'll stay with you guys for a little bit longer, and then we'll close out. And with that, Gabrielle, feel free to unmute and give an intro to yourself.
Yes, likewise. Thanks for inviting me. So my name is Gabriela. I'm one of the co-founders of RosyWhale. At RosyWhale, what we do, we are building on-chain yield strategies. So we already have a product live since last year June, and we keep building now on Binance Smart Chain and on Arbitrum. So yeah, happy to be here.
Amazing. Glad to have you. I know we're going to go into a bit more detail about Rosie Whale, of course. But just for yourself in particular, have you been in the crypto space for a long period of time? Is this the first project you worked on?
Mhm. Yeah, so I'm in a crypto since 2018, I believe. I
Nice,
worked
very
before
nice.
in a yeah, I worked before in a very traditional financial world, and yeah, I left that world, and yeah, I joined crypto space. Yeah, I was an investor in the beginning, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then we kept building Rosie for a couple of years, and yeah, we decided to launch it for public.
Nice. So Rosie has been something that has been worked on for a longer period of time at this point. Was the idea itself more like a spawn of the moment, or was it something that you had for a minute before it came to fruition?
Yeah, so well, it has a little bit of a history here because we have been developing the machine itself, the backend.
Hmm.
We have been developing for the past 4 years. So
Wow.
it has been some time. One of our architects, CTOs, yeah, he was building some strategies before for some centralized exchanges as well. He worked with them, and yeah, he keep building a very smart strategy. And
Hmm.
yeah, this is what we have now. So yeah, it has been for a couple of years already. Yeah,
That's
running
exciting.
up.
I think that hard grind of production and working on something like that it
Mm.
really produces great results long term. We see a lot of projects come up and do a lot in a few months and then disappear after a long period of time. So it's
Mhm.
nice to hear that you guys have put such large amount of effort into building over these years. And so for those that are listening now, would you be able to explain more of the finer details of what is Rosie Whale, maybe in a more simple format for the listeners that might not be super tech oriented, and
Yeah,
what Rosie Whale's goal is in the crypto space?
yeah, so our goal is fairly simple, but not that easy to achieve. Of course, we are building a platform basically for people to earn money
Hmm.
in a safe way. So basically, anyone who has some holdings, let's say on the centralized exchanges, we can connect to RosyRail and we can accumulate some percentages on either on their stable coins or on their current portfolio. So basically, our tool works with all different type of cryptocurrencies, and it manages your portfolio fully automatically. So, for example, if one day you wake up and you decide, oh, I would like to buy today more Bitcoin or Ethereum. Rosie will help you to allocate a right portion of the capital that you want to invest, and let's say if you decide, oh, I see that markets are pumping, I want to start buying more. Rosie will tell you if it's a good time or so, and it will proportionally allocate the investment for you. So this
Okay.
is what it does, in a very simple way, and we will be deploying now more strategies, more
Hmm.
higher risk strategies, because what we have now, it's a very low risk strategy. It's just a spot trading, nothing more, no risks of liquidations, margin calls, or anything like
No
that.
futures or
Later
anything.
on,
Yeah.
yeah, later on we will have some future strategies, but not at
Yeah, I agree. It's best to just start with spot. Futures is just a whole nother mess. So,
all.
and
Yeah.
it's very dangerous. Yeah. So if I'm getting this correctly, does so Rosie Whale work in the sense of like alerts and pings when using the platform? Like, yeah, could you go into the more of the details of, so say I wanted to use the Rosie Whale tools, how am I going to benefit from this, like in a day-to-day basis? Am I going to get an alert? Do I have to set up the system that will provide me alerts?
Yeah, so we don't have any alerts at the moment. Perhaps that would be smart to consider that in the
Hmm.
future. At the moment, it's fully automated machine. So as a
Like
user, you
AI?
don't have to do anything. Yeah, like AI. Yeah, we,
Ah,
we
okay,
call it
okay.
AI as well. So yeah, you don't have to do anything basically on day-to-day basis. The only thing what you have to do, you have to put some money on centralized exchange. For example, we have now Binance or Binance US or some other exchanges, and you have to give us API keys.
Yeah.
And this is how trading starts. And you don't have to be to do anything more on a day to day, yeah,
Okay, so
basis.
the tool
So
will
that's
work with the different exchanges, and then as long as you provide the API, it will basically work as an extension with your exchange that you're using to help you with these different things.
exactly, exactly.
Ah, okay, perfect. I just wanted to be clear on that. I know it's a for some that might not be super tech oriented. It can sometimes you get a little lost with extensions and all that. So, um,
Right.
what would be the largest features and benefits if you could list them off more, maybe even in point form for users, for using the RosyWhale tool?
Yeah, so I believe the biggest advantage is here that the system is fully automated. So as a user, you don't have
Mhm.
to do anything. You don't have to take care about different allocations
Not a learning
of
curve.
different
Yeah.
assets or things like that. So it always what it does basically distributes your capital among different assets. So it's always in a right allocation. Also, what we will allow users to do on a platform, we will allow them to select a different risk level. So, everyone has a different taste. Someone wants to risk a lot and
Hmm.
put their funds in low cap coins, for example. So we will be doing that. Also, what is very good, we allow users to create their own strategies. For example, we started getting some of the users coming to us and saying, "Oh, I just would like to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum and maybe Litecoin sometimes." So we will allow people to create their own strategy, and we can share that strategy with community, and we can earn on that strategy as well. So yeah, we will do some sharing as well.
Interesting. So it can also be more like user provided strategies, and eventually, maybe there'll be like a place, like a community, where these can be shared, and then other people can use these same strategies. Is what you're saying, or?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yes.
Amazing. Okay, that's very fun. I love the community aspect of that. It really goes into the spirit of it, especially with. I mean, there's so many brilliant minds when it comes to trading and investing, right? I mean, if we can come together, right, it can increase the level of it to a much higher standard.
Exactly, exactly. We have some users as well. For example, we have a very good picks of low cap coins, for example, which of course is higher risk, but
Yeah,
some people,
definitely.
just want to do that. And we will allow them to create their own bolts and invite their friends. So yeah, that's a cool feature.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Especially if you haven't, maybe even haven't, if you don't have enough time in a day to spend. Because I mean, honestly, like I used to spend when I first got into crypto, we basically had this like small research group, and we would spend every day like just all our time combing the markets, researching,
Yeah,
etc., figuring out like what can we invest in, where to hold what, and how much. And if you just don't have that time, right, to dedicate, because if you dedicate more
exactly.
time, you have less risk just due to your knowledge and understanding. But if we have
Mm,
machine learning and strategies developed by multiple people that do have that time, those that may not have the time get an opportunity to invest in a creative way. I think, honestly, I think that it's a really interesting route that we're going as these tools develop. Um,
yeah.
so this is cool. It's very exciting. I'm definitely going to give this a try myself. I
Yeah,
like to do the more riskier stuff myself personally. So, but
yeah,
thank you.
it's just hard to find the time when it's a time to sell,
Oh, I
riskier.
know, man. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
I recently, just the other day, I was participating in this project for a long time, and they released a token. And so I had some of the token, and I just was like, I just sold right away because I was like, if I leave it, I'm gonna forget. There's no way I will remember. So, but if I had something that did these things for me, and these reminders as well, this could be definitely helpful for sure.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah.
And so my next question for you would be talking about, my experiences, right? Maybe the audience experience could be different in crypto and what they need. What do you think that Rosie Will's target audience would be? And, how do you plan to kind of, get involved with that target audience and do your best for them?
Yes. Yeah, we are targeting at the moment a lot of different retail clients, so to say. So this is our segment at the moment.
Yeah.
So we want basically our goal is to equip our clients with the tools that would help them to manage a portfolio. So for example, one of the features, as we already spoke, is community vault. So that's why we want to gather, masses to our platform and allow
Yeah.
people to create their own strategies because we launched our strategy and it works just perfectly. For example, we have some customers who started using us from the beginning of January until now, and we have over 50%, which means that it outperformed even in Bitcoin. So
Wow.
it works. Yeah, it works very well. But we have some people coming to us and saying, appetite grows while you're eating. So we are coming,
Yeah.
we are coming to us now and saying like, oh, but how about if we do some low cap coins and things like that? And said, okay, guys, fine, we can do that, but let's do a community vault and you create that and you get some
Yeah.
profit
I
share
like
as well
that.
because I think it's fair, right? That
Yeah,
yeah,
I
people
agree.
get there as well for creating stuff. So yeah, that's the main feature actually at the moment. This is how we are planning to attract a lot of
Hmm.
people
Of that
and
target audience.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
And so that kind of leads into my next question, going over just what we just went over, and a question
Mhm,
actually from a user in the chat, Gonzas Rosas.
mhm,
So this goes into the security and safety area. How safe is sharing your API key with, a third party?
yeah.
How is the vetting going to be for these, types of platforms that you want to share with the tool as well and give access to obviously someone's finances, right? So,
Mhm. Yeah,
uh,
very, very good question.
yeah.
Very good question. Yeah, so I can tell you a little bit more about our infrastructure, what we do with API keys. We saw some of the similar products like what we do working on API keys. We had some problems last year, so we learned a little bit from that. So basically what we do when we take API keys, we always encrypt them. That's the first thing,
Yeah.
and we don't store them on any database.
Okay.
So we have quite a smart infrastructure behind this. If anyone would be interested, I can publish a thread on Twitter as well by our CTO. Basically, there is no storage of any API key, so there's no technical possibility that it will be leaked somewhere or will go, to anyone's hands. So this is how it looks like on the back end. So
Yeah, please feel free to
yeah.
share if you even want to share with me the thread and I'll
Mhm.
share in the chat with the
Mhm.
users.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
and we also have
Yeah, I think
JT responded and said that you're also developing decentralized vaults, if that's true.
exactly, exactly. That's very good point as well. Yeah, so we are developing now Rosie fully on chain.
Hmm.
Because I believe that the future is very much decentralized. For people, will be more and more hard to trust any centralized entities. So yeah, we are building now a smart contract. So meaning that Rosie will work fully on chain, and we are building on Binance Smart Chain. We are working on Apollo X. DEX, it works perfectly for us. We have a very good infrastructure. So, yeah, in the end of the day, it's going to be vaults where people just connect with their wallets, MetaMask, Trust Wallet, or any other wallet. And what we do, we just signal their wallet and we keep all the funds all the time in their wallets. So we don't withdraw funds or anything like that. We just take a small trading fee and that's it. So yeah, that's coming up.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, it's I'm glad to hear especially as soon as it comes to something like third party and data
Hmm.
users. Obviously users have every right to be extra curious, right? So, but security is just so important, especially when we want to build something that we really believe in, right? And we have all these other bad actors at the same time that hacks and all these things. So it's nice. It's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I agree completely. And so, would you
Mhm.
say that with the tool that you're building right now, that you're currently in a more competitive market? Do you find yourself with a lot of those that you could view as competition or friendly competition, and what may be some of the challenges or risks that you face during this competitive and volatile market?
Yeah, so we have a little bit of competition, of course, here. We are not alone. I
Hmm.
think we can relate, of course, ourselves with, let's say, a Swissborg. The difference is here that we do yield farming, we don't do that, and we don't have any plans to do that.
Yeah,
You can relate us, of course, with ribbon finance. We do options trading, which is quite risky. We don't do that. And also, you can relate in the sense of infrastructure of API keys. You can relate with free commas as well, but again, free commas just have a quite classical bots. What we have entire portfolio management, a
nice.
fully automated AI system. So it's very, very different. Again, so yeah, I think we are in a friendly competition with those great products. Yeah, the difference is here again that we are fully decentralized. We are not keeping anyone's money. We don't have to do that. Actually, we earn money by trading fees, and
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
No, I agree. I think that obviously, when someone's doing the same thing, it can be viewed as competition or even
Yeah,
friendly competition. But it's just ourselves, Galaxy. We have those that are doing the same as us, right? With a similar platform, similar ideas. But each of us are different in our own ways and leaders in our own ways. And
yeah,
I think at the same time though, it's nice because you can see someone doing what you're doing, albeit, maybe a different route. It can be something that you learn from in the building process. And, we learn every
Mhm.
day from, those that someone could call our competitors. So I completely agree with you there. And I do like the look that you guys have going forward, especially with the more automated portfolio management and, AI being something involved in machine learning and all this and these algorithms and people creating these strategies as well that can be used later on is something very exciting, and I think it's very forward thinking, which is something that I'm looking forward to as we go into this new year for sure. So super
yeah,
exciting. Um,
yeah.
so you actually answered another question of mine, so it's okay. I'll move on to another one. So for this year, for 2023, it's been a good start so far. I think obviously the market is still not the greatest, but we're here regardless. What would maybe be some of the short-term goals for the beginning of the year that maybe you have reached already, as well as some of the long-term goals for the rest of the year? Maybe some milestones that you're aiming for.
Yeah, so our biggest milestone at the moment is to launch our decentralized wallets. So this is what we are working on now every day. We already performed a few tests on our smart contract, and we spoke with a few
Very
already
nice.
auditing firms because yeah, we want some smart cybersecurity experts because yeah, we have a very good product and we don't want
Hmm.
to screw it because of some security issues or things like that. So yeah, we are working now a lot on that. So that's very, very big goal. And also we want to launch some vaults on Arbitrum because yeah, Arbitrum one of the hottest chains at the moment as well for
Oh yeah, big
developing the
time.
solutions. So yeah, we are working on that as well to launch on their decentralized exchanges. And yeah, so that's the biggest goal at the moment. And yeah, by the second part of the year, we will be launching a community vault for users to create their own strategies and get some profit share. So yeah, those two big milestones that are very important now.
Exciting. I think the community vault will be very cool as well as the profit share for sure. I know people. I mean, I love profit share, right? So who doesn't? So
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's very good model. It's very nice, yeah, to share it
Yeah,
with you
have
as
you
well.
found community wise and activity wise that maybe the market has personally affected you guys, or have you felt that it's kind of been a strong space regardless?
Well, it's quite a strong market for us at the moment, actually. Because for our tool to be working good, we need volatility.
Oh, that's true.
Um,
That's a good point, actually.
yeah, so for us, it's good. Even when markets are dumping, we have some drawdowns of
Hmm.
5%, let's say. But when you compare it to the rest of the market, it's very good because markets are dumping even more. And what our tool is providing more like you can secure your assets by using a Rosie. So it's quite good for us. Even markets are dumping sometimes a little bit. So yeah, it's still good.
That's interesting. It's not every day you hear a tool that thrives more in the volatility, right? Apologies.
Yeah, we launched last year in June, and for example, we went through all the FTX crashes
Oh
and
yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, it's been a ride then.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, things like that. So yeah, Rosa didn't expose anyone to FTX token, for example, and yeah, it was good. Market during the FTX crash, more markets dumped so much, and Rosie I think was around 7% if I remember correctly,
Mhm.
uh, minus. But yeah, comparing with the rest of the market was very good actually.
No, that's great to hear. It's interesting. I'm definitely going to give Rosie a try, put some and see what happens. It seems very fun at the same time, funny enough, to see a tool like this and to sort of watch it. I feel like there's also, in your own sense, if you pay enough attention to what Rosie is doing strategy wise, it's a way to learn at the same time.
Mhm.
Big
Yeah.
time, right? Watching something. I know people learn different ways. I personally learn by like watching someone do and then replicating. So yeah, so it's definitely, hopefully it'll teach me something new. So
Yeah, and you can see all the transactions as well on the dashboard. So yeah, you can try uh, to
so
replicate.
Rosie is a tool that users can use to connect with a third party exchange, and there is also at the same time a dashboard that they can check out, and what can they exactly view on the full dashboard?
Yes. So on the dashboard, you can see a few things. You can see a distribution of your portfolio, so you can see very clearly how much is invested into Bitcoin,
Hmm.
Ethereum, and some other coins. So you can see all of that. You can see your daily profit and loss analysis. You can see daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, whatever you are choosing. And yeah, you can see a drawdown or profits daily as well. So it's a nice chart which is showing how much you're earning daily. So those are a few things that you can see. Also, you can track all the transactions, so you can see at which minute, at which time, for example,
Oh,
some
that's
Bitcoin
great.
was bought, and then things like that. So yeah, you can see all the transaction data.
Okay, awesome. Okay, and so for
Yeah.
anybody that wanted to use the program like today or tomorrow, how simple is it for the setup? Is it very easy for a user that might be not so tech oriented? And where's the best place to find information to get involved and support Rosy Whale?
Yeah, so to connect, it's very simple. You just need to have a centralized exchange account, and yeah, just connect via API keys. You can. We didn't have a public launch yet
Hmm.
because we are raising funds at the moment, and yeah, we don't want to do two things at the same time.
Of course.
So basically, you need to go to a website, rosywhale.com, and you have to fill in application,
Hmm.
and you will get the link sent by the email. And yeah, this is how you can access the tool. Then you get a link as well to Telegram group of closed beta, and that's how you go into.
Awesome. Okay, doesn't sound too crazy. I'm gonna actually link the Twitter here in the
Yeah,
chat for you guys. So in the bio of the Rosie Whale Twitter is the website for you guys to go, and if you want to send an
yeah,
application, like Gabrielle has just mentioned, please do
yeah,
give it a peek, guys. This is a very interesting tool. It sounds just fun, honestly, overall for me personally. Because it's always nice to see these things being built and the work that goes into this. Like I cannot even comprehend myself personally, not being the most. I like to just do things, but understanding how like some of these tech things work for me is just like my brain
yeah.
just explodes. So I completely understand. And so as we get to the end of this AMA portion, is there any final words you'd like to give anybody? Anything that they can look out for coming up before
Um,
we head off for this portion?
yeah, so I just shared the link as well to the beta group of a product if anyone would like to join. So that's the best way to do that. Well, I don't think that I have to add anything more.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think yeah. In general, in the crypto space, we need some tools that helps to manage our portfolios because yeah, we cannot sit
No, I
24/7
agree.
all the time on our screens. You know, we want to live lives as well. You know, and go out and do things.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need some complementary tools. You can trade manual as well. I do as well. Sometimes I pick some coins, you know, and hold it for some time, but yeah, we need something that manages your portfolio.
No, I agree. It's a balance, right? And regardless of if I have a tool at the same time, there's always things that I'm going to do myself, right? But it's I think
Yeah,
the option is the best part of the this space, right? That we have so
yeah,
many options always, right? There's always something new
yeah.
coming up, in the space like this. So it's very exciting to see. And with that, I just want to thank you for coming on today. I think you're incredibly well spoken about this, and you've gotten me at least super excited to give this a try. So,
Good to
guys,
hear
feel
that.
free to share some love to Rosie Will. It was super nice talking with you. I'm glad that you guys can work with us and release some campaigns as well. Um,
Yeah,
of course, yeah. You guys, go give them a follow on Twiture. We'll share any relevant links in the chat. I know you guys recently had some stuff on DAO Maker, so congratulations again on that. It's just super super fun stuff. Glad to have you. And with that, we'll close out for the AMA portion. So you feel free to head out if you need. I'm not sure what time it is for you. Is it late or?
um, no, it's half past two. I'm in Turkey. I'm on the way to Dubai for some conferences. So
Ah,
yeah.
okay, not too bad, not too bad. It's actually funny enough, it's actually like 4 a.m. for me, so but
Sorry for that.
no, no, it's okay. I do this between 10 a.m. UTC and 2 p.m. UTC because it reaches the most viewers that way.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm used to doing this once a week at this time, like between that, yeah. So, yeah, it's normal. But yeah, thanks again for coming on. Super appreciative.
All right.
Enjoy your
Yeah.
flights, and conferences. Stay safe, of course, and I'll let you head out for now.
All right. Thanks for inviting.